Big thanks to Sometimes You for the review code for The Last Shot on the Nintendo Switch. I'm Dan, and let's get into this. In The Last Shot, you assume the role of a mechanical engineer in a gritty, war-torn diesel punk world filled with colossal war machines and endless conflict. While the world crumbles around you, your job involves crafting massive shells for the war effort until you are unexpectedly thrust into an adventure to save your home. What follows is a platforming adventure with intricate puzzles, a retro cartoon art style, and an interesting mix of machinery and wartime dystopia. One of The Last Shot's most striking features is its original hand-drawn visuals. The game adopts a style reminiscent of vintage cartoons, giving the world a quirky yet dystopian charm. The diesel punk aesthetic draws heavy inspiration from the early 20th century industrial designs, bringing to life massive war machines, towering smokestacks, and rusty contraptions that are both awe-inspiring and grim. The visual atmosphere is integral to the experience, with a dark, gritty palette that feels like a world locked in eternal conflict. The war-torn cities and massive weaponized environments evoke a certain post-Soviet dystopia, adding to the immersive experience of exploring this strange world. It's clear that a lot of love and attention went into the game's aesthetic, which helps convey a sense of history and mystery despite the lack of detailed story exposition. The gameplay of The Last Shot is primarily focused on puzzle solving and platforming. The puzzles are intricately designed, often requiring a good deal of logic and patience to complete. They vary in complexity, ranging from simple platforming challenges to more elaborate mechanical puzzles that require precise manipulation of machinery and contraptions. As an engineer, your primary tools are your hands, a wrench and a hammer. These tools are used to repair, dismantle, or interact with various machines and objects to solve puzzles. However, you are not given free rein to use these tools everywhere. Interactions are restricted to specific predetermined points in the environment. This linearity might be seen as a limitation, but it does keep focus on the puzzles themselves. One of the game's best features is how to incorporate machinery into the puzzle design. As you progress, you'll encounter various mechanical marvels from armored trains to all-terrain vehicles and jetpacks. Learning how to master and manipulate these machines is key to advancing through the game's zones. The Last Shot does not hold your hand when it comes to the puzzles. In fact, the game has garnered a reputation for being unforgiving. There are no hints, tips, or clues if you get stuck on a puzzle. You either figure it out or remain blocked, which can be both frustrating and refreshing. This lack of assistance means players need to rely on their problem-solving skills to progress, and that can either be deeply satisfying or utterly frustrating depending on how much you enjoy tough challenges. For those who persevere, the game offers generous checkpoints, so when you do fail or fall off a platform, you won't have to repeat large chunks of the gameplay. This makes the overall experience more manageable, even if the puzzles themselves can be incredibly tough. Where The Last Shot stumbles is probably in its storytelling. The game thrusts you into this war-ravaged world without much explanation or context. You play as an unnamed, expressionless engineer, and the game gives you very little information about who you are, why you're on this journey, or what your ultimate goal is. While some players may appreciate this minimalistic storytelling approach, others might find it disorienting. You move from one puzzle to the next, often without a clear understanding of why. This lack of narrative depth can make it hard to feel truly invested in the character or the world around you, even if the visual design does a lot of heavy lifting in terms of atmosphere. With a playtime of around 4 to 7 hours, depending on your puzzle solving skills, The Last Shot offers a decent amount of content for its price. The lack of a save system may be frustrating at first, but the game's frequent autosaves help mitigate this. Still, the absence of a clear manual save option feels like an oversight in a game where some puzzles may have players stuck for quite a while. Replayability, however, is somewhat limited. Once you've completed the puzzles and experienced the game's world, there's not much to draw you back in for a second playthrough. The Last Shot is a visually striking and mechanically intriguing puzzle platformer that excels in its puzzle design and diesel punk world building. While it may lack a coherent story and suffer from occasional clunky controls, the challenging puzzles and beautifully hand-drawn visuals make it a memorable experience for fans of the genre. For players who enjoy a challenge and don't mind minimal narrative guidance, The Last Shot offers a rewarding, albeit sometimes frustrating, journey through a unique and well-crafted world. At its modest price point, it's worth the plunge for puzzle enthusiasts and diesel punk aficionados alike. The Last Shot is out now on the Nintendo eShop, priced at $8.99 in the UK and $9.99 in the US. Have you played this one yet? And what do you think about it? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks to you as always for watching, and until next time.